Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Zainab. Welcome back to my daily reading of the Holy Quran. So we're almost done. I'm sorry I'm late today. I'm so late, I know, because I've been busy all day. It's been such a beautiful day here today, weather-wise. So my kids and I have just been out all day, just enjoying the weather. It was warm, sunny, just gorgeous. SubhanAllah. Yesterday was there in my area in Canada. There was a solar eclipse, so we were able to see that. It was a little bit cloudy, but we were able to see through the clouds. Every few minutes or so, the sun would peek through the clouds and show us its dance with the moon. And it was an almost complete solar eclipse. So everything went dark. It was very amazing. They said it was a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse. So I'm so happy that we got to see that. And then we had to come home and do, I didn't know we had to do it at the time, that we had to do a special salat for an eclipse. Like whenever there's an eclipse happening in your area, you have to do this special salat. Kufun or Salat al-Kufun or something? Is that what it's called? I forget, but yeah. So I didn't know it at the time that we had to do that, but one of my family members actually told me that that's what we had to do. So I quickly did it. A little bit late, but yeah, I didn't know. So there you go. So today we're on day 29 of Ramadan, and so we'll be reading Juz number 29, which means that, I mean, if tomorrow is Eid, then I'm gonna probably have to do some catching up to do, because I don't think that I'll be able to finish the Quran today, but let's see. Okay, so that being said, let's get started. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless and protect us as we read the Quran today. May He bless you also. May He accept your fasting if you are fasting. May He accept your fasting and your prayers and your dua today. And I pray for you all who are listening. And thank you for joining me. And I also pray for our brothers and sisters in parts of the world where there's a lot of suffering happening, and I pray that your suffering comes to an end as soon as possible, and give you some respite and have mercy on you, and grant you strength and patience to get through it until the end, and may you have ultimate victory over your oppressors, inshallah. Okay, so today we're going to be starting from Surah number 52, inshallah, which is called Surah At-Tur, which means Mount Tur, which is Mount Sinai. I guess it's the Arabic name for Mount Sinai, and Mount Sinai is the mountain where Moses, Nabi Musa, peace be upon him, climbed up to the top. At the beginning of his prophethood, he climbed up to the top of the mountain, and there was that burning bush up there, and that was the first time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to him. So yeah, and that was when he was living with the Midian people, which is the people where he found his wife. He married his wife, who was a Midian. So it was near there, near their village in the desert. Okay, anyways. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. By Mount Tur. Let's see what the footnote says here. Well, that's what I just said. It just says where Moses communicated with God. Okay, anyways. And by the book written on open pages for all to read. There's another footnote. I just want to see what it says. Okay, it just says Quran. Okay. And by the sacred house frequently visited. Okay, there's another footnote. This footnote says, excuse me, this is either the sacred house in Mecca, which is frequented by pilgrims, or a sanctuary in heaven, which is frequented by angels. So is it true that, so the location of Mecca on earth, right above that in the heavens is the location of the sacred house that the angels visit to when they congregate around their sacred place in heaven? I heard that it's like right above the Kaaba. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have any more details about that, I'd love to know. Thanks, guys. Okay. Ayah 5. And by the canopy raised high, and by the seas set on fire. Okay, there's a footnote about that. It says the seas and oceans will be on fire on Judgment Day. That's what that means. Okay. Wow. Indeed, the punishment of your Lord will come to pass. None will avert it. On the day the heavens will be shaken violently, and the mountains will be blown away entirely. Then woe on that day to the deniers, those who amuse themselves with falsehood. It is the day they will be fiercely shoved into the fire of hell. They will be told, this is the fire which you used to deny. Is this magic? Do you not see? Or do you not see? Burn in it. It is the same whether you endure it patiently or not. You are only rewarded for what you used to do. Indeed, the righteous will be in the gardens of bliss, enjoying whatever their Lord will have granted them, and their Lord will have protected them from the torment of the hellfire. They will be told, eat and drink happily for what you used to do. They will be reclining on thrones, neatly lined up and facing each other, and we will pair them to maidens with gorgeous eyes. As for those who believe, do us women, if God allows us into heaven, inshallah, and have mercy on us enough to let us into heaven, do we have beautiful, gorgeous men? Do we get paired with men with beautiful eyes? I hope so. Just kidding. Do we? Like that's my question is, what do we get? If men get, when they go to heaven, if men get gorgeous maidens with beautiful eyes, what do we get? Hopefully we get gorgeous men with beautiful eyes too. I don't know. It's just, I always wondered that. What do we get? So, because it's talking to the men here, obviously. What do we women get? Is my question. If anyone knows, please tell me. Or maybe it's a mystery. Maybe it's a mystery and we get whatever our hearts desire. Okay, so just on a side note here. Okay, so it says here that, and I've always wondered this, every time I read this particular surah, it talks about how men get paired with beautiful maidens with beautiful eyes in heaven. And then I actually tried to find the answer to what do we women get in heaven then. And I think the general consensus is that we get whatever our hearts desire, like at that time, or that moment in time, or throughout our lives. What do we really want? So for me, all that I really wanted, all I've ever wanted, was to have a man, a husband, who loved me as much as I loved him, and grow old together and just love each other so much. So, but if all the men in heaven are going to be paired with maidens, then that's all I've ever wanted. Am I going to get in heaven when I go to heaven, if I go to heaven, if God has enough mercy for me, if I get into heaven, inshallah, will I be granted what I've always ever wanted on earth, which is just to have a husband who just loves me as much as I love him, and grow old together, and that's it, just like we're just there for each other, like. But all the men will be with their beautiful maidens with beautiful eyes. So I don't know what's left for me is my question. Anyways, and I think that's what most women, all they want, mostly, for the most part. I mean, obviously I can't speak for all women, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure that most women, all they really want is to have one man who loves them just as much as they love them, that they can spend their lives together, grow old together, be there for one another as a husband, a friend, a lover, a companion, and that's it. I mean, so that one has always perplexed me. Yeah, so anyways, number 21. As for those who believe and whose descendants follow them in faith, we will elevate their descendants to their rank, never discounting anything of the reward of their deeds. Every person will reap only what they sowed, and we will continually provide them with whatever fruit or meat they desire. They will pass around to each other a drink of pure wine, which leads to no idle talk or sinfulness. And they will be waited on by their youthful servants like spotless pearls. That's cute. Spotless pearls. Ayah 25. They will turn to one another inquisitively. They will say, before this reward, we used to be in awe of God in the midst of our people. So God has graced us and protected us from the torment of hell's scorching heat. Indeed, we used to call upon him alone before. He is truly the most kind, most merciful. So continue to remind all, O prophet, for you, by the grace of your Lord, are not a fortune teller or a madman. Or do they say, he is a poet for whom we eagerly await an ill fate? Say, keep waiting, I too am waiting with you. Or do their intelligent minds prompt them to this paradox? Or are they just a transgressing people? Or do they say, he made this Quran up? In fact, they have no faith. Let them then produce something like it, if what they say is true. Or were they created by nothing, or are they their own creators? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? In fact, they have no firm belief in God. Or do they possess the treasuries of your Lord? Or are they in control of everything? Or do they have a stairway by which they eavesdrop on the heavens? Then let those who do so bring a compelling proof. Or does he have daughters, as you claim, he as in Allah, as you claim, while you prefer to have sons? Or are you, O Prophet, asking them for a reward for the message so that they are overburdened by debt? Or do they have access to the record in the unseen, so they'll copy it for all to see? Or do they intend to scheme against the Prophet? Then it is the disbelievers who will fall victim to their schemes. Or do they have a God other than Allah? Glorified is Allah, far above what they associate with him. If they were to see a deadly piece of the sky fall down upon them, still they would say, this is just a pile of clouds. So leave them until they face their day in which they will all be struck dead. The day their scheming will be of no benefit to them whatsoever, nor will they be helped. Also, the wrongdoers will certainly have another torment before that day, but most of them do not know. So be patient with your Lord's decree, for you are truly under his watchful eyes, and glorify the praises of your Lord when you rise. And glorify him during the part of the night and the fading of the stars. And at the fading of the stars. Okay, so glorify him. Worship him, I guess. So that's 3 times. Anyways, okay. So I'm going to start quickly Surah 53, which is called Surah An-Najm. Najm? Surah An-Najm, which means the stars. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. By the stars when they fade away, your fellow man is neither misguided nor astray, nor does he speak of his own whims. It is only a revelation sent down to him. He has been taught by one angel of mighty power and great perfection, who once rose to his true form, while on the highest point above the horizon. Then he approached the Prophet, coming so close that he was only 2 arms lengths away, or even less. Then Allah revealed to his servant what he revealed through Gabriel. The Prophet's heart did not doubt what he saw. How can you, O pagans, then dispute with him regarding what he saw? And he certainly saw that angel descend a second time at the lote tree of the most extreme limit in the 7th heaven. The lote tree in the 7th heaven, near which I thought the lote tree was in hell. Oh no, that's that other one. I can't remember the name, but I think it starts with a Z. I can't remember. Yeah, okay, the lote tree is in the garden of eternal residence, or near which is the garden, near the garden. It's in the 7th heaven, but it's near the garden of eternal residence, while the lote tree was overwhelmed with heavenly splendors. Okay, the Prophet's sight never wandered, nor did it overreach. He certainly saw some of his Lord's greatest signs. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, guys, for part 1, and I'll see you back here for part 2, inshallah. Stay tuned.